Okay guys, welcome. Dranking here. New background poster thing, the pop-up banner. Okay, so recently just seen Aquaman. Right, it come out the 12th in UK. I did wait a little while, so obviously you're hearing how things have been, other people seeing it in reviews and that. So obviously DC's had a bit of a unstable release of films over the past few years. So Aquaman is kind of been a joke character in the DC world for a while. So having Jason Momoa play him was the one redeeming factor for Aquaman. So when we seen it, it actually turned out to be an incredibly beautiful movie. Right? So much of it is done underwater that it's hard to not be amazed by the amazing CGI that was used, the choreography for the fights that was used solely because it's underwater. There's also not only the fighting with like mad powers, but there's also like ripple effects and destruction of things happening underwater, so everything's sort of slowed down because it's not normal gravity speed. So it turned out to just be an amazing and beautiful watch. Yeah. So first you can like have a quick run through of Aquaman. Yeah, Jason Momoa's like backstory. So obviously his mother lands on the shores of a lighthouse. His father finds her sort of all battered up and stranded because she was actually had an arranged wedding. She decided to sack it and leave it and run away and escape, which led to her being in battles and weakened. So he brought her back to health, and they end up falling in love, had a child, which was Aquaman. I can't remember his real name in it, but Aquaman for now. So obviously he grew up on land, never really knew everything's going under there. He had a bit of a trainer, a teacher who would come out and see him, teach him how to fight, teach him about his heritage, teach him about who he is. When it's the time, he can then go see his mother and that. So he decided just like live on land, ignore it all because he thought his mother's abandoned him. She didn't want anything to do with him and so forth. So eventually, a lot of stuff starts happening diplomatically with the undersea empire. They're like sick of the humans. They want to take dominance. So one of them wants to become the ocean master. So he's trying to manipulate and trick everyone else to becoming to join his side, either by treachery or forging alliances. So that way he can then take the fight from sea to land. He does a bit of a scare tactic. He throws all the ships and rubbish and battleships. He does a giant wave, tidal waves, to just throw all the military ships onto all the shores, and it's just spread around the world, and everyone's just what has happened. There's some clear sign of hostility. Yeah, it's because obviously the guy hadn't got powers, the full powers, but he can still do quite a lot of war diplomatics and obviously bits of threats, but he still needs everyone, 4 out of the 7 ocean alliances from Atlanta to obviously say yes. That way he can become Ocean Master and take reign. Okay, he's actually Aquaman's brother, he's actually true blood. He's full-blooded Atlantean. So Aquaman actually meets and sort of sees and realizes he's a bit of a dick, even though he's like the full blood, but he's actually younger brother. So Jason Momoa is actually more entitled to the throne because he's the first blood. Okay, but obviously he didn't want it, so the guy decided that he's taking that throne. Cute. Okay, but anyway, skipping past all that. So the quite cool bits where Jason Momoa, Aquaman, he's after the trident, the original trident of the first king of Atlantis, which is like a big reference to Sword in the Stone. He has to do a bit of a mission to find it. Gets through some mad scenes because there's a bit called the Trench, which is... I've got a cat crawling on my legs, which is actually like a mutated sort of fish. A cat's just meowing away. I've never held a cat before.
Just pick her up.
Okay, I've never held a cat before. Oh, okie dokie. So they're all on a boat. They're looking for the place where to find the trident, the first king of I've never held a cat before. That's so super cute. Right. So I always worry about dropping them. Okay, so when they go out finding the trident, they kind of encounter the Trench, which is like a mutated sort of very hideous sort of fish species. They go through some weird portal and find like a hidden sea. So a very cool area where there's a giant what's the guy's name who does Lovecraft? Is it H.R. Lovecraft? Yeah, H.R. Lovecraft. So he made Cthulhu. He had a very H.R. Lovecraft inspired Kraken / Cthulhu giant beast, very much like the Kraken from Clash of the Titans. It looks so much like that. It looked like a direct copy, if anything. Okay, bit of copyright infringement maybe, right? But still battling that, getting the spear, getting the trident. Yeah, he ended up claiming the title of the King of Atlantis, but knocking it back. There's some great scenes. There's a strong female character in it, the redhead Mira. She has some fantastic scenes. She got some powers that no one else has. She can especially control the water, where she can like bring it from something, blasting it about. There's a lot of like Indiana Jones sort of themed areas where they're trying to find the original king, to look for like the maps, where they're hunted down using the bottle from things that shows the way towards where the first king of Atlantis, his final resting place was. There's a lot of like Indiana Jones like style bits and bobs there. Fight scenes are great. Just trying to round it up, but yeah, it's a great film. I say best DC film. It's probably about 8 out of 10. 100% would watch again. It's just Jason Momoa hits it fantastically. Huge Easter egg to the old Aquaman, because the guy who's king at the moment that he takes the throne from, he kind of looks like the original Aquaman. His blonde hair, blue eyes. You know, he is there, but obviously Jason Momoa knocks him about and wins everyone's hearts and minds, and everyone ends up being behind him and stopping the war against obviously the land, because he's the bridge, because he's half human, half Atlantean, so he can then become the king that they need to form that alliance. And because obviously this has happened after Justice League, so everyone knows about all the metahumans. It's referenced a few times. Kind of a pointless enemy in it as well, called Black Mantis. Just a normal human who's got a bit of a thing for Aquaman. He doesn't like him, so he wants to kill him, so he let his dad die. But he's got a pointless role in it. He's not needed. He's just a human that takes some Atlantean steel and armor, even though an Atlantean would be better with it because they've actually got the strength and that. But yeah, so he's pointless in it. Everyone else is a fantastic character, and Ares looks amazing. CGI looks amazing. Story was very cool. I didn't dwell on the origin for ages, and they even went on to the origin of where Atlantis was and how it ended up becoming below the sea, because they got too greedy, too fast, and the power just ended up just knocking them out of existence and hiding away. But that's pretty much it. That's my review on Aquaman. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and that's it. And follow my Twitch channel, DranKing87. Description should be in the box below. Right, bye.